Well, if it isn't little Miss likes to disappear. Hey. What's up, guys, and welcome back to the channel, or if you are new here, welcome. I have been on a very long hiatus over here on this Bookish platform, and I have been struggling with figuring out how I wanted to come back. And I thought, the best way to bring it back is to go back to how it all started for me, and that is with the Book and Breakfast series. If you're new here, hello, my name is Bree. I love all things beauty, books, smelling good, all of that. If you're from my main channel, you already know this, but if you're not, make sure you subscribe here and go subscribe there too, because we have a lot of fun over there as well. Today, I'm bringing back a series that has been a long running series, not just here, but also on my main channel, and that is my Book and Breakfast series. This is a video that I do once a month, where I come in, I share my recipes with you guys, we cook, we talk about books and all of those great things. But I am ready to start expanding what I do here and to really start committing to making dedicated bookish content. So if you're interested in having a relaxing morning with me cooking and talking a little bit about the history of Book and Breakfast, because my ideas never come out of nowhere, then just keep on watching. All right, baby loves, it's morning time. We're getting ready to start cooking. I wanted a quiche this morning, so I decided to go ahead and make a quiche. We have bacon, broccoli, mushrooms, lots of cheese. It's going to be yummy and decadent. I will have the full step-by-step list of ingredients and directions down in the description box below. This morning while we cook, we are going to talk about a little bit of backstory. My ideas to do these videos didn't come out of nowhere. I am a bookish girl born and bred, and this concept was actually introduced to me in elementary school. I am the daughter of a teacher. I was raised by a teacher, and so being surrounded by books and being pushed into the world of reading was nothing new to me. I remember spending summer days with my mom at the library, collecting stacks of books, reading through them like nobody's business, and she even went out of her way to find authors events for me to go to at local churches, featuring some of my favorite books. I was always immersed in reading, and I'm still immersed in reading. I'm still that same little girl that loves to go to the library and just leave with a giant bag of books. In elementary school, we actually started a book club, and they created the Book and Breakfast book club for us to attend. It was a way to make sure that students were eating, as well as making sure that students were reading. And so each month, we would have our book club pick, and we would be invited to the library. We had the cutest little library at the time, and they would have breakfast catered by local restaurants. We would eat, we would sit down together, and we would talk about our books. It was one of my favorite things about going to school, and I know it was one of my fellow classmates' favorite things about going to school. That book club got me into so many different types of genres. I remember the first book that we read was Ella Enchanted. Do you guys remember that book? That was one of my favorites, and I think that was around the time that we also really got into like the Magic Tree House series and the Chronicles of Narnia. It was a time that I was fully immersed in reading, but now, being an older woman, I realized that while I was immersed in reading, I was not immersed in diverse reading. And that really makes a difference for me, especially considering that this concept is not new. For those of you who are not well versed in American history or the Black Panther Party, these are concepts that they were doing way back in the 60s. The Black Panthers had started hosting events around 1969, and this first event was pioneered in Oakland, California, in a local church where they started serving morning meals to students. These were meals that were really focused on getting food to children before school. They also tended to hand out books to kids as well. They wanted to make sure that they were feeding their communities and also making sure that their children were not just nourished in their bodies, but nourished in their minds. They started servicing 11 students, just 11 students. And then eventually they expanded to various locations, and this kind of became like a nationwide movement. The Black Panther Party really homed in on addressing hunger, which was a big issue within the Black community and within education, and just further supporting Black communities. One thing about the Black Panthers is that even though they are known for being this more so overtly aggressive movement, the greatest danger that they pose was feeding back into their communities, making sure that their children and that their elders were fed, making sure that they had access to books and educational materials, making sure that they were safe within their homes and on the streets. This is what the Black Panther Party represented to so many people and still represents today. And even though the Black Panther Party was not a perfect movement, it was still a movement that further shaped what we do today. Thanks to the work of the Black Panther Party during this time and the efforts that spread nationally, this really became the model for national food programs, especially within the education system. And the work that they did allowed for them to further pressure Congress to expand school breakfast programs nationwide. The systems that we have today within schools right now in our education system were built off of these programs that were developed in the 60s. And right now they are at risk. Right now we are at risk of our babies losing their ability to eat. For many students, the only meals that they do receive regularly are the meals that they get from their schools. The free breakfast that they are provided every single morning, the free snacks that they receive, as well as the free lunches that they receive. And when children don't eat, they cannot learn. You cannot learn on an empty stomach. And so what I do here, I want to be an extension of all of these ideals and these amazing movements that the people that came before us have put in place. I want to make sure that I'm not just sharing books, but that I'm sharing books about our people. And I also really want to make sure that I'm also sharing and kind of hoarding recipes. I want to make sure that we are creating community and more than just diving into smut and just turning our brains off and having a good time. Because in truth, reading actually is and has always been political. Just the act of reading itself is and has always been political. Your ability to pick up a book and to understand and to comprehend has always been one of the biggest flexes throughout time, even before the founding of the United States. And I never want us to forget that over here. As I continue to work on this channel, I want to make sure that I am feeding into my communities, whether that's the Black people that watch me or the women that watch me or even the men that watch me, the LGBTQ plus folks who watch me, everyone of every ethnicity that comes to this place and finds comfort in cooking and finds comfort in the books that we read and the stories that we share with one another. I want to make sure that I'm never forgetting the people behind the books and the reasons why I do this. And all of these things have been deeply ingrained in me since I was a baby, and I want to make sure that I am also sharing that with my audience. Even though I've always been an intentional person, I don't think you can ever be too intentional with how you use your platforms and the things that you share with other people. And so one thing that I'm going to make sure that we do on here is commune, and that we share our stories and that we also share our recipes, whether they're our cultural foods or just the things that we love to eat. And I also want to make sure that as I continue this channel, I'm making sure that I spotlight more people that look like me, more Black books, regardless of what those Black books are, right? I want to make sure that we are keeping our fingers on the pulse of what is happening right now. And so whether that's sharing Black rom-coms or super adorable new adult romances that are also sapphic, or even Black women getting loved on by demons and Black women maybe finding 3 men that want to love on them, or Black women who are literally changing the world. That's what I'm here to do, and I just really hope that as we continue on this channel, we can change the world together, whether you are a Black woman or anyone of any identifier. I hope that you guys enjoy these videos, enjoy these recipes, and take away some of the love that I'm putting into this platform. All right, lovelies, I hope you enjoyed that little bit of history as well as some good cooking. I will have the full recipe down in the description box below. She is my brainchild, so I will try to give you as accurate of a recipe as I can. It was absolutely delicious, savory and salty, and all the textures, all the flavors. It was everything that I wanted it to be, and I hope that you enjoy making it for yourself and your families. So now that we've got that out of the way, there's some things that I want to go ahead and run down, because here during Book and Breakfast, we don't just do recipes, we talk about books. And first things first, I want to talk about the one thing that I've been trying to figure out how I want to do, and that is book club. I've been trying to figure out what platform I wanted to run my book club on. Many of you guys made suggestions, those of you who watch me and those who are personal friends. And every time I went onto a new platform, they always got caught up in some drama. It was always some stuff, and I was like, I don't think I want to launch a community here. And those that do seem good just are not running well. And so I said, you know what? I have a Bookish channel. We're gonna do what it do over here, and we're gonna start our book club over here. Book and Breakfast is also going to start greenlighting as our book club spot. Okay, this is where we'll come to talk about our book club picks, all of those things. And this month, for the month of April, we are going to be reading Harlem Rhapsody. Harlem Rhapsody by Victoria Christopher Murray is a biographical historical fiction that focuses on the life of Jessie Redmond Faucett. Jessie Redmond Faucett is known for being literally the mother of the Renaissance. Yeah. She is credited for being the mother of the Harlem Renaissance, in that she was the person who curated and bolstered so many authors that we know of today. She was a literary editor and savant, and she discovered so much iconic talent in true Western fashion. All of the things that she did and all of her accomplishments were often overshadowed by the men in her life, specifically that of W.E.B. Du Bois. This right here was such an amazing read. I'm going to be rereading it with you guys because I feel like this is going to be just an amazing place to start. This year in general, I really want to make sure that I am not just diversifying with who I'm reading, but the genres that I'm reading. Last year, I really honed in on romance. I wanted to read more romance specifically, but also more Black romance. This year, I'm wanting to return to more of the genres that I started with before I really got into my big romance journey. So we are going to be working on this baby for the month of April. I will be posting discussion questions in the community tab for you guys. And we will also be discussing Harlem Rhapsody in the next Book and Breakfast. But of course, once we get enough subscribers on here, we're also going to be doing live stream discussions with these books. And I don't know, I got a whole lot of author friends, so I might be able to pull some people over here to talk to you guys as well. So if you're interested in joining the book club, if you're interested in joining our Book and Breakfast book club, go ahead, pick up Harlem Rhapsody. It's available in all formats in most places that sell books. I can't wait to get into this one with you guys. Her story is phenomenal. Those of you who have not read it, I think you are going to have a beautiful time. All right, so let's go ahead and get into the books that I'm obsessed with right now. I have been reading so many good books. There have been so many amazing releases, and I've been introduced to awesome stuff. Right now, the genres that I'm really honed in on are rom-coms and dark fantasy white shoes. Y'all know I love me a good white shoes, okay? I love it kinky. I love it poly. Give me all of it, okay? And these two books really just like altered my brain chemistry, and I had to talk about them in today's video. The first one is by an author we know and love, This book came out last month, Losing Sight by Tati Richardson. This is a Black rom-com that follows the love life of sports analyst Nikki Ryan. Nikki Ryan is a gorgeous, well-accomplished Black woman in her 40s. And over time, she has not looked for love. She has been very much focused on career. And right now, she's in a place in her life where she feels like her career is truly on the line. She knows that she's getting older. She is also getting the vibe from her workplace that she is starting to be pushed out because of her age. She has already lost some of her top spots and has been replaced by much younger, fresher meat. And she is trying to hold on to the last little bit of what makes her feel young, and that is her sight. But she has had to come to terms with the fact that she is truly losing her eyesight, and it is time for her to get glasses. But she is so terrified that the glasses are going to be the thing that is just the final nail in the coffin for her image. Color her surprised after an accident when she goes to get new glasses, she encounters this brother right here. Dr. Gideon Myah is an optometrist and a fine-ass widower. Nikki and Gideon know each other. They met through Nikki's best friend, who was also Gideon's cousin. And at the time that they met, Gideon was still grieving the loss of his wife. But now he is ready to move on. And through a little magical intervention, Nikki and Gideon are brought together in some of the wickedest ways. He fits her for new glasses. And these glasses end up showing her everything she needs to see to determine who was truly her perfect match. This right here was phenomenal. Tati Richardson is just an amazing author in general, and she is also an amazing person. I love talking to her. She is bomb. But I was not expecting this to have the little elements of magical realism as well. It's funny. It is relevant for the time. The little sprinkles of magic and things that we get in here are just so perfectly timed, and they have such a true, like, deeper meaning that they add to the story. I love the chemistry between Nikki and Gideon, but I also love the chemistry between Nikki and so many of the other people that we see throughout the book. Often throughout this book, she encounters men who are just foaming at the mouth to get with her. And we get to see who they truly are. We get to see her develop friendships that she never thought that she would have. And we also get to see her cut through the bullshit. I also adore that Tati always gives us characters that are older. Even though I still read YA, I have no problem reading characters who are in their early to mid 20s. I'm now officially in my 30s, and more I am aching for stories that show people who are going out of their formative years and still living their absolute best lives, finding love, having fun, and still being grown and fucking sexy. This one does all of that for me. So if you have been interested in this book, I highly suggest you pick it up. It is just so heartfelt, so touching, insanely funny, and also Black as hell. We love to see it. And then this one is like the complete opposite of what I just gave y'all, okay? The complete opposite. If you guys were really tuned into the channel last year, you guys know that I really got into not just YA shoes, because I've always been into YA shoes, but fantasy YA shoes. The Broken Bonds trilogy, well, not a trilogy, the Broken Bonds series, really just, I gobbled it up. Was it like the best written thing ever? No. Was it a masterpiece? No. Did I have a good ass time? Absolutely. And so I have been desperately seeking more books that are like that. And my friend over on TikTok Tuesday, they recommended that I check out this series. I've read the prequel novella last year, which is Her Vicious Beast. And I finally went ahead and got into the full series this year. And the first one in that is Her Feral Beast. So this is a wide shoes dark shifter romance following our main character, Ariel. Aurelia is a mystery of sorts. We know that she is a shifter. We know that she was supposed to be a serpent shifter. She was the princess of the serpent court. and was exiled from her community and her family after they discovered that she wasn't actually a serpent shifter. So she has been kind of living in the shadows and doing underground work for her dad. Her dad was basically selling her out to other high-ranking members of other courts in the community to do work using her gifts. She's a healer. She is one of the greatest healers of her time, but no one knows this because he has been keeping her hidden for his own gain. Well, look, let's just put it this way. Her daddy hates her ass. He has been playing his own games with her for a very long time. And everything comes to a head in the prequel novella when she is sent over to a member of the Eagle Shifters to help him heal some prisoners that he's been keeping in his home. And she is introduced to several different shifters. We have Savage, which is a wolf shifter. We have Scythe, that is a shark shifter. And then we also have Xander, our dragon shifter. They have all been imprisoned for reasons unknown, but Aurelia has been brought there to help heal another guy that's kind of just chilling there. We don't know what he is. We don't even know if he's really like truly alive, but her job is to get into his head and work on healing him. And while she's doing that job, she starts to connect with these other shifters that are there. They're, really keen on her, but they can't really pick anything out because Aurelia is not just a master at healing. She is a master at hiding her scent and hiding her marks. And so they don't know, and she doesn't know, that they are actually 3 of her mates. But she doesn't just have 3 mates. She has 5, okay? By the time we get to the end of the prequel novella, she is on the run. Some things have gone down that were set up by her dad. And not only does he make sure that she is a fugitive on the run, but he makes a deal with her mates to chase her down, bring her back to him so that he can kill her. And that is where we start off here. Aurelia's on the run and she is captured and sent to a school that is supposed to reform rabid shifters. Okay, so this is a school for shifters that they aren't prepared to be out in the world with other humans. They are more animal than they are human. And so her, as well as her mates, have been sent to this school to be reformed, but this is really just Aurelia's final stopping point before she is tried and sent back to her dad. So not only is she fighting the system, she's also fighting her mates because they're pissed at her. They think that she doesn't want them, but they don't understand that she has forsaken any idea that she could have an actual relationship with her mates because of the things that she knows her dad is planning. This, I'm gonna tell y'all, it's a slow burn, okay? They spend most of the book trying to kill her ass, okay? But it's so good. And when we get to the burn part, it's so worth it. I am deeply intrigued by all of their stories. Each book really does kind of home in on what happens to each mate. So this one really homes in on Savage, who is our wolf shifter. I love that we also get art at the beginning of the book. So that's Savage. You can see him, he's in his orange jumpsuit. So this really does give us the breakdown of the things that have happened to Savage, why he is just so brutal, but he's also the one mate of hers that is like deeply desperate for love. I adore Savage. Xander, he's pissing me off already. I feel like he's gonna take us through some shit. And Scythe, I kind of fucks with him. He's a mob boss. He's a shark and an actual shark. And I fucks with it. I know it's gonna take a minute to get to the happy ending, but I am locked in. Like, it's so good. If you've been looking for something that is dark, something that is white shoes, and something that has more fantasy elements, highly suggest. I love E.P. Bali's writing. And I just am really enjoying the world, figuring out the magic system, learning about these characters, and also trying to figure out who her mates are. So, Her Feral Beast by E.P. Bali. Make sure you read Her Vicious Beast first. But, yeah, highly recommend. So before we leave, y'all know that I have to go ahead and get you hip to all the things that are coming out this month. It's not as jam-packed as May is going to be, but there are still a few things that I have on my radar. First things first, we have No Ordinary Love by Myah Ariel. This is her second release. Last year she came out with When I Think of You, and this year we're getting No Ordinary Love. This is a pop star athlete fake dating romance. I'm really excited. I still need to read When I Think of You. I actually have that queued up in my Kindle app. So I'm gonna read that first. And I also have an art copy of No Ordinary Love. So I will be giving you guys reviews of both of those books. I'm really excited to get into it. It's so Black love, you know, like I love it. We love to see it. And it also gives very much perfect for being a book adaptation. There are so many books that we're getting by Black authors that I need to see on the screen in some way, shape, form, or fashion. I have the feeling this is going to be one of those. Then we also have Flirting Lessons by Jasmine Guillory. We haven't gotten a new Jasmine Guillory book in a good minute. This is going to be a second chance at love, and it's also going to be sapphic. I'm really excited. It sounds like we're going to get some characters that are a little bit more grown. And I'm loving that we're going to get sapphic as well. We don't get enough sapphic books, especially not by Black authors. So I'm really hyped to see what Jasmine is giving. Jasmine Guillory writes like really super fluffy, light romance. So I'm excited to check this one out. I believe I have the first book in the series. So if you guys want me to do a reading vlog with that, let me know, because we're going to be doing more reading vlogs this year too. My girl, our Lord and Savior, Katee Robert. I always say that as a joke. Don't take me too seriously. But I do love me some Katee Robert. Like at this point, I have an entire shelf of Katee Robert. She is one of my favorite spicy authors, but she also just keeps her finger on the pulse of everything that's going on in the world. She tries to do everybody justice, and I love that. We have book 8, I believe, in the Dark Olympus series, which is Sweet Obsession. This is going to be with Poseidon and Icarus. I need to catch up on this series. I'm 2 books behind, I believe. I need to read Midnight Ruin and Dark Restraint. So I'm going to be reading those soon. I've been on a Katee Robert kick. I'm currently finishing Desperate Measures, and I'm really excited to go ahead and see what else we have coming for the Dark Olympus series. She also just released the cover for the final book in the Dark Olympus series, and that one is finally going to be Zeus and Hera. She has been edging us with Zeus and Hera for like a few years now. So I'm really excited to get that one, because I know Hera has been giving Zeus absolute hell, and I'm so excited. We also have some more from our girl T.M. Richardson. We have The Opportunity, which is the 3rd book in her Wide Shoes series. The first one was The Oath. The second is The Offer. And now we have The Opportunity coming out this month. It is going to be an age gap Wide Shoes. Look, I love that we're getting more Wide Shoes with Black characters, because one, give me all the Black men. Just give me all of them. Give me all of them. But I love to see more Black folks in the Wide Shoes and poly space. The fact that T.M. Richardson has given it to us, I adore it. I remember the day when she was kind of knocking around this idea, and we were on live together, and I told her, I said, I want more Wide Shoes with Black characters. And she was like, I was literally just sitting down kind of drafting an idea for a Black Wide Shoes book with middle-aged characters, and I was like, give it to us, we need it. And like a few months later, we had The Oath. You know, so I love that she really is kind of homing in on the things that we're missing in the Black romance space. I love that we're getting more Wide Shoes and poly romances in the Black space and the Black romance space, but I also love that she's giving us more middle-aged, older characters that are within the range of like 40 to like their 50s. I love that we're getting that, and not just in the sense of like the 60-year-old daddy dom with like the 20-year-old baby girl, you know? And then last but not least, y'all already know, we have King of Envy by Huang coming out. This is, God, what, book 5 in the Kings of Sin series? We had wrath, we had pride, we had greed, we had sloth. Yeah, now we have envy. Yeah, I'm excited for this one because we're getting our black supermodel. I've been excited for this couple. Of course, it's going to be a billionaire romance. All of these are billionaire romances. It's going to be billionaire supermodel. We're finally getting Markovic's book, and he is going to be with our gorgeous supermodel, Ayana. I'm excited to get into this. You guys know, or if you have been here, that I am on Anna Huang's team. So I'm excited to go ahead and get into this. I already have it pre-ordered. So this is, yeah, I'm so excited. So you guys will probably get a reading vlog with King of Envy because I really enjoy the Kings of Sin series. Anna Huang is one of those writers that she's really good at doing what she does. And she does her billionaire romances very, very well. If you like that, if you like them having having some dark elements, but not going too far into the dark as far as their personalities go, I highly recommend. All right, guys, I hope that you enjoyed this installment of Book and Breakfast. I am really excited just to see what this year brings. I know we got started really, really late, but I have been going through a lot. My health has really been just kicking my ass, and I've been trying really, really hard to continue to do the things that I want to do in spite of the fact that my body is kind of taking me away from the things that are fun. I don't want to give up what I have here. And I want to continue to grow over here and get to know more of you guys. So if you like what you see, please stay. Again, if you would like to join the book club, make sure you go ahead and pick up Harlan Rhapsody. I will have a reading schedule posted right after this video, okay? So make sure you check out all of that and make sure that you tune in if you want to stay up on what things are coming out, what books I'm loving, and of course, what books we're going to be reading together. I love you guys. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.